Thank you for listening to and watching the Dreaming Insomniacs, the podcast. We have special guests today, Peter Litvin. How are you, Peter?
Good. Put that mask on just for you.
I love it. That's great.
I didn't say it in the when we were just chatting right now. I almost felt bad about it, but I got to tell you, I was pretty mad about it 10 minutes ago. I saw that question list and I got pissed off. But,
why?
Because I didn't like a lot of them, and I was like, they felt generic. And as I'm saying this, I feel even worse because you just told me like I'm really proud of the questions, and I'm just a complete asshole. But I got to say also, some of the questions they did get me thinking, and I was like, well, these are like I want to talk about like hemorrhoids and like hashtag Pranicura 5. This is the product you want for your hemorrhoids and fissures. And I want to talk about like stolen gold. But I'm also happy to talk about it's your podcast, and I respect it, and I want to talk about the things that you want to talk about.
I mean, you could talk about that stuff too. I mean, it's a guideline, really. We don't have to follow it to a T. Just thought there'd be some cool questions in there, like collaborations, things like that, shout outs you want to give, whatnot. Like, I don't know. But we can play it however you want to. It's really about the guest choice. That's how I look at it. So sorry about that. I didn't mean to make you feel that way, man.
I'm now asking for your forgiveness in terms of coming out of the gate and not liking your questions, especially after you were kind enough to take the time to make them and assure me they were not AI created.
And I will add more to it. So what age did you start creating music and getting into theatrics?
No! Okay. What age did I start creating music? Probably around 10. I started playing guitar, and then pretty quickly I started recording music on a cassette recorder. I had a guitar teacher that was very encouraging, and he convinced my parents to help me get a multi-track recorder. And yeah. Sorry, I got one quick question to fire back. Do you go on the dark web at all or no?
No, not me.
Okay.
Well, why were you wondering?
I would like, I'm looking at the dark web myself because I would like to get some heroin and some ketamine nasal spray. I got this stuff. This is a ketamine nasal spray. You can see it has that character from Shrek, I think, right? Or Boots something, some fucking property. It's a ketamine nasal spray that came from the dark web. I didn't myself get it from the dark web. I got it from a buddy of mine who got it, interestingly enough, from a guy who works for a national security agency. And it's really great. I did too much of it last night for the first time, honestly. I hadn't been really overusing it. Things kind of spiraled out of control. But I want more of it, and it would be nice to have some heroin, but the trouble is it's so challenging to get it without having fentanyl in it. And I'm told that's even true of the dark web. And so as I look into the dark web, it's like, oh, you got to get a VPN. You got to use this thing. You got to use this thing. It's like a whole host of things. And even then, you never know what's going to happen. You might be legally stepping into some kind of territory. But yeah, I thought maybe you were like a computer hacker guy who was like into the dark web. And
nope, not me. Just a musician trying to make the world a better place. That's me.
That's good.
Yeah, I can't tell if you were joking or not. That's part of the fun, right?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
So your album, it's really fucking good. You sent it to me early. I appreciate it. When does it come out? And what was your inspirations behind it?
Yeah, it comes out September 19th. That's 2 days. Today's Wednesday. It comes out. The zebra hat's like a little bit flaccid right now. It comes out in 2 days, which is September. I said I wasn't gonna, but okay. September 19th, which is in 2 days. See, the problem is I don't want to do too much of this. I'm not a ketamine guy because in a little while I got to work on somebody's music, and then a little while after that I'm going to Brian Jonestown Massacre. Anyhow, the album comes out on Friday, right? Comes out Friday. 2 singles are already out. That's Don't Break It and Come Say Hi. However, there's 2 music videos out for it, and the most exciting music video comes out on Friday, which I wish I could just play it and stream it for you because I don't give a shit. Can I? Is there a way to do that or not really?
I'm not sure on here, but if you want to play parts of it on the acoustic and sing some, if you can. What you were doing before we started was really cool. I thought that was awesome.
Dreaming Insomniacs.
podcast, the Dreaming Insomniacs. Podcast, the Dreaming Insomniacs. Podcast, the Dreaming Insomniacs. Podcast.
All right, there's a first right there, everybody.
Yeah.
So
Play a song off it, but it's not the same as the real. It's kind of like doing a live show. It's like, oh, and I got the backing tracks and the thing. The real tracks are really studio creations in the spirit of Brian Eno, who is let's use the studio as an instrument.
yeah, I really like the production too, like the way the drum hits, like everything sounds authentic, but then you also have these synths and all these other cool effects in there, and I think it's really well balanced. Like the production on this album is really good. So I advise people to check it out when it drops. Please check it out.
It's called Exit Reality. Shout out to Math Bishop who mixed it. That's the first time using him. Usually, you know who Mixer Man is? Eric Seraphin?
No.
Dude, as an audio engineer student, which we should talk about that, you should check out Mixer Man. He wrote Zen in the Art of Mixing. He wrote Zen in the Art of...
I do know that book.
Yeah,
my professor actually recommends that book right there. So
yeah, he's a great writer. He's a great dude. He's a great mixer. And he's mixed 2 1/4 of my last couple records. But this time I had this guy, Math Bishop, use it, who did a really good job. And I had my usual mastering guy, who's Joe Lambert, do it. And yeah, God, what a relief to not be mixing myself. It was like, although I have to say it was maddening. Double shout out to Matt Bishop because I fired him. I tried to fire him 4 tracks in, which I don't like that terminology. Sorry. I quit 4 tracks and I was like, hey, dude, I can't do any more mixes with you. I'm having problems. And I quit. And that was a big mistake. And he's still stuck with me. Shout out to
That's
him.
a real one right there. If he stuck with you even through like a tumultuous time, that's how you know they're real ones. We're all human. Nobody's perfect, right? I don't know why anyone pretends to be perfect because there's no point. We're all human.
I don't think if I was mixing a record for somebody and they bailed halfway through that I would have been as kind as he was. Like it was almost like talking to a therapist, which who knows, maybe it was a fucking AI, ChatGPT response. I kind of doubt it though. This guy's very good dude.
And I'll be honest, I do all the mixing after doing all the work. So, and like having people work with me, but still like I put way too much on myself and it's way more stress than needed. If I just hired a person to mix, it'd be a lot better. So,
well, the question is, how are the mixes turning out?
Good. Yeah. But I spend a lot of time on them. That's the point. I make what I make sound like a multi-million-dollar production with the limited materials that I have.
I want to hear them, man.
Yeah, the new album's out. It's on all the platforms.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry I did not check out. I heard a sample of one of your songs, and I went through the channel. I watched a little bit of video with the Ghostface guy.
Oh, Lee Waddell! Shout out Lee Waddell. We love you, man. That was a good interview. He wanted to talk more about the band name than his work. Oh man, I love that. I love when that happens.
Rose McGowan, Scream.
Oh, she's great too. Yeah. I hope to get her on someday. So what are the best collaborations that you've done? I know you've worked with a lot of big names. Shout out to your website. The links are in the description for that.
What are the best collaborations I've done?
Yeah.
Best, how are we categorizing it? Best because they made the most money, because the music was really good? That would be what I choose. Or it was the most fun? That would be another one I choose.
Yeah, I was thinking most fun, but I mean, if you want to break it down in both avenues, that's okay. There's different answers.
Yeah, I gotta say, well, and then there's a whole other category. Since you're an audio engineer, I keep thinking in terms of this, which is that which did I learn the most and which kind of gave me the biggest chops. I have to say that might be working for Try Hard Ninja, because he just turned out so much content. I mean, we had a catalog together that was about 280 songs, and a lot of times it was also like, hey, I need this and I need it tomorrow, or can you do this? Can you work all day and make this? Can you make a completely remake Wrecking Ball by Miley Ray Cyrus today? And then I'm going to write vocals over it and we'll put it all together and mix it. It's got to come out tonight because that's the trend that was happening. And you have to be fast with these trends. That was, and I think continues to be a great collaboration. He's doing live shows right now, so we haven't made new productions in a while, but God, some of that stuff was so fun. And in terms of calling card stuff, there's over 500 million views on YouTube for it. And I got the video of Jack Black singing a song that I produced with him, with Try Hard Ninja. Gotta say, JJ Bryan, who's now passed away, that was another pretty unique collaboration in terms of best, because God, we just made so much stuff. If you don't know who he is, you could check out Vector Gallery. He made a thing that was called Satan's Official Art Gallery. Ooh, the drip from that thing tastes bad. Satan's Official Art Gallery, Vector Gallery. Not trying to promote it. That's just kind of, now that he's passed on, that's the thing that people point to as his thing.
Hey, it's art.
Yeah. It's interesting art. It's kind of derivative of a guy named Jason Rhodes who had this thing called Black Pussy Cabaret, which there's still a black. There's a Black Pussy. I have the book, actually. His book is great. I love like big tabletop art books. Jason Rhodes is also gone, but it was kind of derivative of Jason Rhodes style mixed in with Charles Manson and Satan. But anyhow, I made a movie with a buddy of mine, Greg DeLiso, in 2016, and we had J.J. Bryan, the same individual I'm talking about, play the villain in the movie. And, the movie is still out there. Shout out Kevin Walter. And, that was a fun one. But I got to say, I did think about this question a little earlier when I saw your list of questions right after I got angry. And I was like, you know what I have to say? One of them might be working with Greg DeLiso, who is my former roommate, former best friend, former collaborator. Hey, Bob, look at this. Got Robert Fajinski in here. Him and I made so much stuff, including that movie, which Troma picked up and distributed. He used to make all my music videos. We just made so many short films together. Like every film project I had back in the days when I didn't have a camera, I couldn't edit, whatever, it would be me and Greg just working on stuff. And we just had so much. I mean, we wanted to kill each other a lot too, but we had so much fun. It was like kind of outrageous. Just, yeah.
That's a great answer.
I was just
that was very in depth. A lot of good shout outs too.
Yeah. Shout out Pranicura 5, Hemorrhoid, and Fisher Cream. This is really, I guess you can't see that, can you? This is really the stuff you want if your asshole's torn, and it's like, it says ultimate relief from pruritus ani. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Your asshole just itches perpetually with no hope in sight. Sounds pretty bad.
Sounds like no fun. No.
Yeah. I think they don't have that. Fissures and hemorrhoids. Are you familiar with both of those?
No, but I'm familiar with heartburn, which I have hella bad of right now.
Do you think is it diet related? That's what a lot of people.
No, it's because I ate some pasta sauce last night. All that acid.
Oh man, yeah, that will. The acid can do it to you for sure. Steer clear of those Prilosec and PP. What are they called? Proton pump inhibitor. PPI.
Yeah, I don't like taking shit like that.
Yeah, those are.
I'm taking a leave once in a while if I have a headache, but it's once in a while.
Right.
Wait, so I have a random question for you that's not on the list.
Okay.
It's a test question.
I'm happy about that.
Are you sure you're not like Scott Weiland's like twin brother or something?
Scott Weiland.
Yeah. I said his name wrong.
Resemblance. I mean, that's an honor if so.
Yeah. There's a resemblance in like look and art style.
Definitely no relation, but that's a thank you. I'll take that as a deep compliment. Big fan of Stone Temple Pilots' work. Of course, the new singer. And I got to say, they did some good stuff with that new guy. I don't care for the Chester Bennington EP they did.
I liked the one with Chester, personally. Yeah. I like it more than the new guy.
Yeah, the new guy is fine. It's just the material. I mean, he definitely doesn't have the same verve as Scott Weiland did. Right. And I think that I'm sure it's great live, and it's still, God bless, what's the drummer's name? Eric Kretz. God bless him. He's a fine mechanical drummer in the same way that Stephen Perkins is, or the Guns N' Roses. Like, they're great drummers.
I just like their 90s stuff more, honestly.
Yeah, but it's those brothers, man. It's Don DeLeo and Dean DeLeo. I'm sorry, Rob DeLeo and Dean DeLeo. That's the sound of Stone Temple Pilots. So even though you got this new guy who doesn't have the Scott Weiland verve, he's still really good, but the songs have kind of gone downhill, which is fine. Like, they put out what? Cora is not my favorite, but it's good. Purple is great. Tiny Music is fucking brilliant. That number 4 album is good. Shangri-La Daz Master, that's their last one. Scott, like those are all. That's a solid. Like, if they all died, I'd be sad, but I'd be like, well, they put out one of the best fucking catalogs in music history of rock music,
I will say the EP with Chester, like the guitar work on it, is definitely recycled from earlier STP work, including the last album with Weiland from 2010. Like there's like, like the lead from Between the Lines is like recycled in 3 of those songs. Like the style of it, like the patterns, all of it, like it's recycled music. Okay. Chester's performance is nice, but that's probably why you didn't like it as much. Because again, it's just like kind of lazy. But at a point, you play so much music, and then you get to a certain age and you get to a certain level of success, and it's like, have I run out of ideas?
I don't feel that way, man. I wonder if certain artists do though. Maybe I'm not there yet. That's why. Maybe I
I'm
will.
not there either.
You know what? It's funny. You know, you were talking at some point about like the notion of inspiration, right? Which that is, you didn't ask. That might be on the list. But you know, I was in the bathtub last night after I took too much of that ketamine, and I was starting to worry a little bit because I didn't want to drown in the bathtub. And based on my motor skills in that time, I thought there was a pretty substantial possibility that I also might just slip and fall and hit my head and pass out. I live here alone with 7 cats, so I was a little concerned. But when I was thinking about your question, as I was kind of drifting off into some other realm of consciousness, and wait, it wasn't a question. You said something about inspirations at some point. You know what my answer is, even though you only threw it out there, you didn't really ask it yet.
What?
At first, I thought about this, like people asking that question, where do you get your inspiration from? I don't, you know, and I hear that and it's like, wow, that sounds like somebody, and I don't mean you, but that sounds like somebody who has a struggle they find struggle in getting inspiration, which is crazy to me because there's just no shortage of like, it comes from art, it comes from film, it comes from books.
Right. I asked the questions for the audience.
Okay.
So when they watch the podcast, they get to know what the guest has to say.
Gotcha.
It's not for me. What?
You're not mad at me, are you?
No. I'm just explaining how this show works. That's how I do it.
Yeah, but that was something I never think about, and there was many answers. It comes from trees, it comes from animals, it comes from sex, it comes from nostalgia, it comes from memories. Like, it's interesting to me that somebody might totally run dry on inspiration. Although I have felt that, I guess, at some point and just diverted into something else. Like, now I'm going to get obsessed with chess for a year.
Yeah, overdoing it can do it for me. If I'm doing too much of one thing and then I'm not like balancing it with other shit, then I'll get sick of it and then I can't do it anymore, right? But if you have a nice balance of things, you never really run out of inspiration because there's always something to work on. You know what I mean? As long as you're not overexerting yourself, right?
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I think overexertion is okay too, though.
When
like,
did you
want to do a lot of stuff?
When did you start your music career? Like, how long have you been doing this?
I'm stuck. What do you think?
You got this. You can make it through. I believe in you.
I moved to New York City when I was 23, and I had been recording music basically since I was 12. Had never really gotten much money from anybody to do it, but when I moved to New York City, I was like, I am moving there specifically to make music full time as a recordist, music producer, engineer. This was obviously already the era where you had to do all those things together. And I moved there and I didn't have success because I was just bad at business. And all I did was record a lot of music for a lot of people like crazy. And I did this for years, like 12-hour days, 10 to 12-hour days, 7 days a week, no fucking breaks. And I did it for years like that. But pretty quickly, my money that I had saved up ran out. And I was like, oh my God, I got to figure out a job now. And so I was like going to get jobs. And then I basically was about to get a job. And I told everybody I was making music for, like, heads up, no more time for music right now. I got to go get this job. And they were like, can I just pay you? And I was like, well, yes, of course, please. Like, if you did that. And it's like, wow, $200. If I do that 3 more times, that was my rent. I had a roommate at the time. That's my rent. And so basically, professionally recording music for a living, getting paid to do it, probably around 24, 25. Attempting to do it since age 23.
Nice, man. That's awesome.
17 years later, I'm 40 now.
Wow, you don't look 40.
Thank you. Well, you know, I'm absurd over here with all the things and cacophony. I try to stay in shape. I like weightlifting. I spend a lot of time in the garden here. I travel a lot. You know the Hobbit, right?
Sunlight helps too. Hobbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
So
I love the Lord of the Rings, not the Hobbit movies. I love the Hobbit book.
Okay, fair enough. So are you aware Andy Serkis reads that book on Spotify?
No, that's pretty fucking cool though.
Yeah,
they got Gollum to fucking voice the audiobook.
He just has such a fucking good voice. But I didn't even realize, like, I knew him from the Planet of the Apes shit. I didn't realize he was the Gollum guy.
Caesar is home.
Yeah, he started doing Gollum, and I was like, oh, dude, this is definitely Gollum. Like,
no, he plays Gollum while reading it?
Yeah, he plays.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Anyhow, my point of bringing up The Hobbit is inspiration. There's a point in there. I don't remember when it is, but it's like, it's this point, Gandalf went and he went to this place And the narrator, I guess Tolkien obviously, is like, and it was all fine and it was all well, but there was really nothing to tell. And that to me is like, wow, that's a pretty deep sentiment, because that's kind of like life stuck in habit, life stuck in suburbia, life stuck in routine, life stuck in not facing fears and getting outside of your fucking channel. And to me, I hate to say it, that's really boring. And I almost can't tolerate talking to people who exist inside that one realm, because there is nothing to tell. How are you? Mm-hmm. I'm good. And you? And
you got to be open-minded, you know?
Well, they're not only open-minded, they're like, I'm going on an adventure where I might not come back. And it's like, you know what? Then there's a lot to tell. So my point of that is like, travel gives you experiences. Language gives you experiences. Facing your fears gives you experiences and things to talk about and think about. Ultimately, inspiration, you know?
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better, man. And from experience, same. Like, you really just have to experience life and live it.
Yes.
You can't pretend, you know? And the people who lie, it catches up. It catches up. If you're not telling the truth, people know.
What would that look like if you were pretending to live your life, though?
A big fake smile. And
give me one. Give me one.
I'm going to use paraphrasing because there's a real story behind it. Okay. Let's say there was this person that they lied about everything, and it was all bullshit. And this other person got lied to for that whole year of all bullshit, false promises, right? And eventually, it all caught up to this person, because everyone else around this person continuously sees their lies, and they choose to continue to believe their own lies instead of fixing it for themselves, and they continue to be unhappy. Meanwhile, the person they hurt in the first place is doing so much better in life.
That's pretty fucking deep and also very abstract. Is it someone you know personally?
No, it's a personal experience. I'm just trying not to use names here because at least I still have some level of respect for said person.
Okay. God, so. Can you give me a big fake phony smile like the one you were talking about? Oh no.
That's how you know I'm being real. I'm giving the real shit. So my next question is actually, what's your favorite aspect of recording? Like being an engineer and an artist, what's your favorite aspect of it? Everyone's got their niche in it.
Those are two very different things to me. Recording music for other people and making my own art. Best thing about recording, being an engineer, recordist, etc., composer, sound mixer, is you get to work on music. Plain and simple. You get to work on music. Hopefully the song is good. Sometimes it's not. Mixer Man, interesting quote for you again as an audio engineer. Mixer Man claims you should never take a gig where you're not in love with the song, because you will not be able to do the best job on it, which I kind of disagree with, because I worked on a substantial amount of music that I didn't think was great, and it's still an opportunity to like elevate it and make it better and essentially solve a puzzle. But yeah, we get to record music for a living. You get to spend your time doing that. You get to do that for other people. You get to make music, and that's obviously one of the best things on the fucking planet, which, by the way, I'm only recently coming around to thinking in terms of that. And then in terms of being a music artist, which I'm also only been calling myself that for the last couple years. This is all some fucked up programming that kind of got in my head. But the best part about it is I hate to divert to the Kurt Vonnegut quote, but he has this quote about it makes life more tolerable, you know, which I have to say, I haven't been depressed in a good, like almost 45 days since I got back from British Columbia. And life has not felt intolerable to me. But I will say there's many times where life does feel intolerable. Yes, books can help. Yes, therapy can help. Yes, groups can help. Yes, drugs and art and all these things can help. Animals can help. But ultimately, nothing does what art does. Nothing does what expressing yourself via a guitar, songwriting, whatever like that is.
And letting it out in the music.
Yeah, it's the ultimate. And I don't think music artists even think of it that way. They just do it and it happens. But ultimately, yeah, that is like, oh my goodness, that's just the great thing, you know.
That was a genuinely great answer, man. Thank you.
Man. I have the stolen gold, by the way. Did you watch that video about the stolen gold?
No, I have to.
Oh fuck! I spilled it.
I will.
You got to watch it, man, because the most interesting part about this story about the stolen gold is that it's true, and I got away with it, which is, I don't know, one of the most remarkable things that's ever happened in my life. The video I'm talking about is a video where the cops. I was promoting a tour at the time, but the hook of the video is like the video is called St. George Cops asking me about $22,000 worth of stolen gold. That's St. George, Utah. And in this video, Chris Irvin, I'll fucking maybe I'll give you a half a bar. We'll see. In this video, the cops show up at my door, and it's a whole thing. Like they wanted to know if I stole this gold bullion. And in the video, like that I cut together, I of course admit that I did. But in the video, like when the cops came, of course I told them I didn't, and that I also performed a magic trick, which is the way that the gold got stolen. Anyhow, it's a whole thing. I just thought if you had seen it, the gold.
Are you a magic pirate? Are you a magician that's also a pirate?
Pirate? What would make me a pirate?
I don't know. The stolen gold?
Oh, fair enough. I don't know. See, I can't believe I'm not thinking that. Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm starting to get high.
Terrible joke. That was a terrible dad joke. I'm sorry.
I do. I love magic, man. I will say I don't devote a lot of time to practicing magic currently, but I certainly have in the past, and I've certainly blown some minds with some magic tricks. And I'm a big fan of just magic in general. Yeah. And I'm speaking specifically of, misdirection, vanishing, mentalism, like stage magic, more so street magic, not anything spiritual. But yeah, I love magic. But it's something that if I get into it, I wind up spending a lot of time practicing it. And then all you want to do is perform. You go around anybody and you're like, let me do this, let me do that. Pick a card, pick up your phone, let's call this place. And you just wind up doing all these magic tricks, which is awesome.
People love it.
It's all kind of exhausting. You're constantly performing, and then it's its own thing. It's its own, like, the terror of fucking up a magic trick and the shame of when you do is like pretty painful. Although if you follow like the second and third rules of being a magician, you shouldn't fuck up your trick because you would have practiced,
I like that. That's a good little secret there. Back to the thing about being a musical artist, right? Do you have plans for the future to release more albums, or are you just gonna do this as a one-off, or what are you thinking for it?
You say one-off as in like this is my only record, or
are you gonna do more? Because I think you should do more. It's great.
All right, I got to give you a little backstory. This is like album number like 20 something. So there's a long history. I've been putting out records. If you go to my Spotify, there's, I could just give you a little brief run through. 2016 is Dreamland Magic Spells, which is look at my face as I say it. Most people think that's my best record. That's the one with Zombie Movie, which has Kansas Bowling and the Angry Video Game Nerd, AVGN, and Lloyd Kaufman in the video. And it has Guns Up, which was another crazy video. And then I put out 2017, I put out a B-side called Teleportation. And then 2019, I put out my Divorce record, which is a really crazy record. Mixer Man mixed that one. He also mixed the audio string versions of Guns Up and Zombie Movie. And I mixed the record version of it, though. And then I put out Violence around 20 something. I put out Cutting Room Floor 1, 2, 3, bunch of B-sides collection. I think there might even be 4 of them. And I got another one on the way. I put out a double vinyl. I wish I had it here. It's in the basement. I'll get it if you want. I put out a double vinyl in 2022. My most depressing work, but also maybe the most beautiful, the least well-liked, I think. Thank you, Chris Irvin, on Instruments of Pain. That was 2019. It's All Ending is a double vinyl I put out in 2022. And I put out a bunch of singles between then and now. And now this is the new record. And then I started at 2016, but there's a double disc CD collection in 2012 called School that was about taking drugs and trying to get laid in suburbia. There's 2010's Love Spectacle. There was 2007 and 8 Singalong and Melody's Fate, 2006 Gypsy. So there's a whole history of it. And I used to have this obsession where I was like, I want to put out 20 records before I die, which I would have succeeded by now if we're including all my various bands, soundtracks, B-sides collections, instrumentals, solo albums, etc. But that's what am I talking about? The short answer. That's the long answer. The short answer is I'll probably never stop making music.
Good.
I'll probably never stop. I like it much, and even though there's a lot of things I don't like about it, especially in the last couple of years, like namely just the exhaustion, the daunting nature of what it takes to get a song from start to finish, which I never ever used to think about. I used to just fucking love it, but now it's just like a proverbial mountain of tasks and staring at a computer and obsession and compromise that's incredibly taxing to me.
Then you end up hating the track before it comes out. Then you need to learn to love it again and give it a break. And then you can't really do that because you have to remember it to perform it live. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I won't love them. I mean, there's a couple that I probably still love, but I won't probably really like them again until like a year from now.
Yeah, that's.
I have to say, even so,
we're the same on that.
Yeah, I believe it. I think it's the best record I've made since 2016, which, you know, the fans, when I say the fans, that's like 10 people. No, it's more than 10 people. And it's like, you know, maybe 12. No, it's more than that. It's not.
I love it.
I wish it was thousands, but I don't lament that. I just
no, it's coming. It already is on YouTube.
Really?
Because your videos were like ad revenued to me. I got the advertisement on a YouTube video, and I clicked it. And I found your profile. I left a comment. You had like 200 subscribers and like a couple thousand views on those music videos, and now they've blown up, and you have more subscribers than us. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I have to question how legitimate that is, though. When you do that YouTube promotion, which is what I did, I guess. Well, you know what? It's not going to happen because this new music video that comes out on Friday, along with the album. Oh, it's called "Okay, All Right." There's no question that I'm going to do the promotions again because it's the best music video of the three. There's actually a fourth one that this guy's making right now. It's going to look like Nintendo 64. But the test would be if we could release the music video on Friday and just see how many of these new approximate 6,500 or 6,000 subscribers actually watched it. I suspect it wouldn't be many. I think even though Google claims it's not bots, and I did meet you through it, and that's fucking amazing, I think a lot of it is bots or something like bots that we're not necessarily familiar with.
We'll find out. All right, so I've actually run through all my regular questions. I just do this next thing, a rapid fire round for fun. It's just quick questions that come at you quick. So what's your favorite food?
Wait, is this almost over?
Yeah, we ran through all the questions.
What the fuck?
I usually keep it like a 30-minute interview. I've cut it down. It used to be like wicked long, and now I just keep it short and sweet.
Fair enough. What's my favorite food? Probably beets at the moment.
I love pizza too. That would have been my answer. Favorite color? Oh, wait, what?
Beets.
Beets. Oh, I love beets. Beets are healthy.
Now I got fucking high, dude. What am I supposed to do now?
I know, right? What's your favorite color?
Probably yellow.
Yellow's a good choice. Not typical. I like that. Pentatonic or major scales?
Neither. I prefer. Well, you know what? To be fair, Mixolydian mode is mostly major. So major, but with a flat seventh.
Yep. Chords or tabs?
In terms of, I need to learn a song or what?
Yeah.
Neither. Use your ear. Always use your ear.
Gibson or Fender?
If you couldn't fucking do it and you needed, if you wanted to learn Mr. Brightside or something, then tabs, of course.
Gibson or Fender?
Generally speaking, Gibson, but I do have, this is a Fender P-Bass anniversary release, something or other back there.
I've got a Squier Fender P-Bass, and it's nice. It's got like nice things on it. I stand by it. That's a great choice.
Yeah, and I will say I never really understood Strats. All these years I just played the guitar, which I've never been a guitar guy, meaning like I know what's up with guitars. That started for me recently, but I will say I got a Strat finally about 5 years ago, and I fucking love it. And I've spent a lot of time playing a lot of different price ranges of Strats.
So it's worth it to get one?
To get a Strat?
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, like, what's up with your guitar playing? You know, like, what do you like? To me, you know, here's my thing, okay? I want to be brief because you seem to want to end this. You seem to want to end this right now.
It's not that I want to. I just ran through all my questions. And I really have to pee.
Oh, why don't you go piss right now?
I don't like to do that on the stream.
Okay.
I've got it. I've got this. I can.
Okay. Here's my thing is, you know, you get people who are like, I have fucking 10 guitars and they want to talk to you about pickups and guitars and all this. And I'm always like, how's your playing? And they're like, I don't know, let me play something. And it's like garbage. And I don't mean that is a dickheaded thing to say, but so I've met these people who are they get way into guitars and they get kind of pretentious about it. And it's like, you can't fucking play, man. Look at that. You're not going to get judged if you go piss.
You want to entertain them?
Yeah. I'll play.
All right.
I'll keep it clean.
I tried. I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys.
This man has to piss. man has to piss. I hope that I didn't upset him. I hope that I didn't upset him. I hope that I didn't upset him by getting too high with the ketamine nasal spray. By getting too high with the ketamine nasal spray. His podcast is pretty fun. We're talking about the things. He's saying he wants to keep it to 30 minutes, so I'm feeling rushed. But do I have to end it? Or could I keep it going? He asked me about Fender Stratocasters and Gibson guitars. Yeah, I got a couple of things to say about the topic. Okay, here we are.
Sorry about that.
You're good. So, okay, you get these guys who are like, they're all into the different kinds of guitars and pickups and the little pretentiousness and all this shit, right? And it's like, they're not playing, they're not practicing. So to me, you're always better off just like get a guitar and play the fuck out of it. Like play it so much. Who is that? Yngwie Malmsteen that used to go to sleep playing the guitar and would wake up with his guitar in his hands. Horrible example, by the way, because to me, he's like a pretty shitty artist, even though
that's how you break a guitar too.
That's another great way to break a guitar as well. But I just know that.
It was. I made sure it was.
So to me, it's like the only reason I ever wound up getting this guitar, this is a Gibson ES35. The only reason I have that is because I was, pretty good at guitar already, but I just didn't know anything about guitar. So I took my buddy Jesse to a local music shop here in Detroit. And I was like, he was like, this is the nicest guitar I've ever played. And I was like, really? Okay. Like, I didn't fucking know. I know now, like 20 years later, and I mean to say that I think it takes that long to really figure out, like it takes that many hours and that many years to understand.
Oh, agree. But also something like that, a guitar like that has a soul of its own. I got a 1957 Gibson ES-125 and it's got something to it that my other guitars don't.
I have no doubt. I'm sure it does. I mean, they bring their own vibe. Who had that guitar before you? Who knows what its history was?
It's got a Ronnie Earl Crew sticker, so probably that, Ronnie Earl. It had a lot of work done to it.
I've gone into a very animistic perspective on musical instruments now, where this is not a joke and this is not a thought exercise for me. I deeply, genuinely believe that it's a collaboration between you and the guitar, and that the guitar is singing and saying just as much. I'm kind of borrowing from a really, really great writer / ecologist named David Abram, who is saying, how do we communicate? We use air, right? So how we use language. When it's always expelling, you don't talk backwards because you can't hear me if I'm talking backwards. And he's like, that's what fucking trees do. The air moves them. That's what a fucking vibrating thing does. It uses air to transmit a message. So to me, and again, I know it sounds kind of lofty, but there is no possibility that the guitar does not have its own sets of wishes, desires, and which sounds crazy to someone who wants to regard it as
it was once a living, breathing being, though. Think about it.
Yeah.
A tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I got a tree out here that's fucking mind blower.
I'm a tree hugger. I don't care. I'll admit it. I hug trees.
Do you get it?
I'll do it.
Have you dug into the Animism stuff yet?
No, I'm gonna though. Gotta.
Dude, you gotta check out that realm. I think it's up. If you're hugging trees, it's up your alley.
I like the hippy dippy shit. My dad went to Woodstock in '69. That's in my DNA. He got to see Jimi Hendrix live. I'm pretty jealous, actually.
Nice.
Shout out, Dad. I love you, Dad.
I'm going to send you this podcast called The Emerald, where this guy, I mean, it's a great podcast in general, but he talks about animism as normative consciousness specifically, and it's fucking mind-blowing, man. Shit is great.
Cool. I love how like a simple Gibson or Fender question just led to that. That's my level of ADHD. I love it.
You have ADHD?
Oh, bad. Yeah, I have ADHD. I have autism. You might have ADHD. I don't know I don't think you have autism though.
I get fucking, man, I used to get really mad about it, but people would be like, have you gotten checked for ADHD? Have you gotten checked for ADD? And
I definitely think you have it too. That's probably why we both are on the same like wavelength with that.
I used to get so mad. I mean, this is like a year ago. I had to talk to my therapist about it. I get so fucking angry when people said that to me.
It's not a bad thing. It just means our brains work differently, man.
Yeah. No, I don't even.
Fuck the normies.
I have ADHD, and maybe I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with anybody who has ADHD. Yeah. But the notion of people like that question, like, have you been checked for ADHD? Is like, I don't know. Have you
Oh,
been?
it's annoying. I know.
Fuck you.
It's like, you need help. Well, I mean, how am I supposed to get help? You're the one with the money. You have
Yeah.
better insurance than I do. I'm sorry.
Where does the help come from? I mean,
Yeah, exactly. When I don't have your insurance, I can't get the same help.
you know what I was
God.
going to do, by the way? I was going to have like a gun here with the silencer just pointed at you a bunch of
No,
times.
don't do that. That's scary. No, no, peace. We need peace. We
Even
need peace right now.
I didn't want to do it because there was like drugs involved in this podcast.
Oh my God.
Guns. You can make jokes about drugs.
I can neither confirm or deny if that was a stage act or not. All right, back to the questions and the rapid fire round. Metallica or Godsmack? I think I know the answer to this one.
You think you do?
I think I do.
I have to speak. I hate it's a catch-all when it's really not. Wait, what's a catch-all when it's really not?
Which one do you like more? Which one would you prefer, Metallica or Godsmack?
Yeah. I just got to give you experiences, okay? Every guitar player, you learn Metallica songs. There's no way around it. You're going to learn Sanitarium. You're going to learn Master of Puppets. You're going to learn the solo from one. You're going to try to learn the solo from one. There's just guitar-wise, and I'm thinking, when I think Metallica, I really only think about Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning, although we can include a little bit of Injustice, a little bit of Black, and a little bit of Load even I like. But there's no getting around learning Nirvana songs and Metallica songs on guitar. And this is pre-Guitar Hero, right?
And it's not the same with Godsmack stuff. You don't see people learning their stuff compared to that.
Well, to me, they're not even comparable bands. I mean, Godsmack, first of all, named after an Alice in Chains song.
I know. They were an Alice in Chains cover band.
They what?
They were an Alice in Chains cover band.
Yeah, and whatever. They can evolve. They can step outside of that. But I got to say, in terms of their like, first of all, I mean, not that Metallica is not mocked or memed as well, but Godsmack is legitimately like mocked. Like
I like two of their songs, and they're the acoustic ones.
Okay, which ones?
Serenity and Voodoo.
Voodoo. So
Yeah.
Voodoo is pretty mocked, at least in like certain circles. Like I watched this movie called Vulcanizadora in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ann Arbor? Lansing? I can't remember.
That's where they filmed Scream 4, Ann Arbor.
Okay. Yeah, that's an hour. Dude, DMT and mushrooms are legal there, by the way.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could just straight up go to a store and buy it. So this guy they had this like really dopey character in this movie who was doing a dance to voodoo. He was like, I gotta let it all out. He danced to voodoo. But Godsmack, I want to give you a memory of there's something, you think of Godsmack, you can think of Nickelback, who, by the way, I gotta say, Photograph's a great song.
Yes, agreed. Never Again also.
I don't
know if you know that one. It's about it's about his mom having an abusive like boyfriend.
Oh,
He's talking about never again will you treat my mother this way. And it's really good.
I'm gonna check it out. And also, I mean, audio engineers in the room here, in terms of audio fucking fidelity, like Ron St. Germain, like had we heard music sound quite like that before? Nickelback, content aside, if you don't care for the content,
the quality's great. No, I don't think many music even reaches that quality now. So the money really was there too.
Yeah, that's Ron St. Germain. He trained a dude who runs a studio out here. But I want to say, my brother. I'm thinking of when I think of both those bands, I think of my brother because my brother did introduce me to like "Girls on Film" by Duran Duran, which is a great song. I don't care about it now, but I liked it at the time. I do still kind of like Duran Duran. But he was like. He presented Nickelback's "This Is How You Remind Me" as like a revelation. He did the same thing with Godsmack's "I'm Doing the Best I Ever." Now go away.
Not my favorite one. Not my favorite.
I don't like either of those songs, but when he presented them, I'm just saying, like somebody who's not a musician, but people are deeply affected by that. Like he was like, "You got to hear this," which I would never say about any Godsmack or Metallica song ever.
Right.
I haven't meant it, and maybe that's all I have to say about Godsmack.
All right, that's fine. A better question, but maybe more challenging: Ozzy Osbourne solo or Black Sabbath?
Definitely Ozzy Osbourne solo.
Same.
There's just so much more heart and soul to it. It got they allowed a little bit more. I don't want to say positivity, but a little more art into it. But you couldn't listen to Master of Reality or Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and say there is no art here. It's almost the birth of fucking doom metal,
Right.
And those records are great. And even the stuff with Dio, like Mob Rules is such a good record, but like I don't often want to hear that stuff. Whereas like a lot of, I will say in the last year, I've turned off Flying High Again, but usually Flying High Again, I'm never going to turn it off. Or No More Tears, like the amount of time I listen to the song No More Tears is like, you might as well ask me like No More Tears or Black Sabbath, because No More Tears is just, but then again, this is like, chicken before the egg,
It's my mom coming home for me. My dad used that to help me get through my parents' divorce when I was a kid, show me who my mom really was.
That's a beautiful song. The song about his kid is beautiful, My Little Man.
Yeah. I need to listen to that. Yeah, believe it or not, I left a comment on Jack's video about grieving, essentially letting him know about that and how my dad's 76 and how this hits home. And if he ever needs anything, I'm here. And he hearted the comment. He didn't heart every single comment. That was cool.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about Jack, My Little Man. That's off Osmosis, which is still a good record. And again, I don't only say like, hey, they put out 2 records and there's the 2 best records of all time, which I have to say, TV Girl and George Clanton put out a record called Fullenium, like FAUX, like faux fur. They put that out like last year. It's one of the best. Like, I've listened to that record so many fucking times. It's unbelievable.
Dude, so you're giving me so many recommendations. I'm excited.
Dude, that record is fucking gorgeous. But I say that every time I play it for somebody, they're like, is this you? So it sounds a lot like my music, which is probably why I like it. But that's not to say that I like it because it sounds like me. It's just I probably hear things the same as those guys. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought. What did you just ask?
It was the choice of Ozzy Osbourne over Black Sabbath.
What I say about Ozzy is it's not just about like, oh, they put out 2 of this band. I'm not even thinking Black Sabbath now. Like, this band is so great, and they only put out 1 or 2 records, but they're 2 of the best things ever. I like bands who are an artist who are prolific, because then it's like you get to actually have they're seasoned, they tour, they evolve and stuff. One of the greatest fucking tragedies of all time to me is that we never got to see Typo Negative's albums after Peter Steele died. He is like Typo Negative and Elbow, basically my favorite 2 bands. And it's so fucking sad that we never got to see them evolve. And with Ozzy, you got to see that, man. If you listen to like whatever, Blizzard of Oz or Diary of a Madman versus, I'm going to stop at Osmosis because I don't really care for much that happened after that. There's a great evolution. There's a great musical evolution, a great artistic evolution. And meanwhile, fuck all the high talk. So many good songs, Mr. Tinker Train's also a great song. I love Mr. Tinker Train. Pretty fucking dark, but
you know who I feel that way with, that I'm glad are still the same core remaining members, is actually Green Day. And they've become much better musicians since when they first came out.
Wow, you might be able to help me close the loop on this, man. How old are you?
I am 29, just turned 29 on the 9th.
So for you was American Idiot, like this big quintessential great listening experience, changed you?
Yeah, my brother said, get to know the CD. You're going to see them in September. I don't think I had much of a choice, but I'm fine with it. It was great. I still like, obviously Insomniac more because that's where our band name comes from. But I'm also buddies with their engineer, Chris Dugan. And like, I'll clearly like rip off lines that they've written and like certain parts of songs to give them nods, and then they do the same thing to me, and then Chris Dugan like says, oh, great work, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? This is really trippy now. Yeah, it's weird. I love it.
I asked that question because people who are like 40 and up, they don't, including me, we don't get American Idiot. I've tried listening to it, and I will say, when you hear the song American Idiot, it's like, wow, this is a fucking banger. But there's things I don't like about it as well. But that record,
I like the multi-part songs. I like Jesus of Suburbia and Homecoming because they're 9-minute 5 songs in one each, compiled into this really cool thing, and it's a bunch of different styles in one song. Do I think the vocals are a little too like digitized? Yeah. I think the songs on Warning are better. Like Misery. More people need to listen to Misery. More people need to listen to their deep cuts in general because they're some of the best work they've done.
It's not all about like Basket Case or American.
I'm sick of people saying, "Oh, my favorite song by Green Day is American Idiot. It's Basket Case. It's When I Come Around." It's like, no, go listen to Stewart and the Ab. Listen to Westbound Sign. Listen to Viva La Gloria, Little Girl. Like, there's a lot of great shit.
Mine is, get ready for it, Longview.
I love that song though.
Yeah, it's such a
Welcome to Paradise is great too.
Yeah, those are both great, man.
They go together, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something I'm missing with Green Day, and I tend to think that like I'm not averse to pop. Like I love Slide Away, but this is an old reference. But I love Slide Away by Miley Cyrus. I love Sigrid. I love like Head on Fire by Sigrid is one of my favorite songs of all time. And there's plenty of pop stuff that comes
I
out.
could get down with Party in the USA if I really want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
You
dance
heard
to
Slide
it.
Away?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that song
Yeah.
fucking
I could
gorgeous.
dance. I could dance. I could dance to Wrecking Ball. I don't give a fuck. Like I'd jam out. Will I enjoy myself fully? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's been a while since I've heard it. It was overplayed when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard you. I've listened to that whole record, man. I'm gonna give it another shot and see if it lands for me.
I recommend Revolution Radio. It's like they went full solo produced and they like made some like 60s protest music and put it out in like October 2016.
Okay.
It's cool. It's cool. It's
That
real.
record is
Revolution Radio, it's called.
okay.
It's real cool. Relevant now. Even Billy just said it's like a super underrated album and he wished more people would listen to it.
As you're saying it, it's like I know what Nimrod and stuff. Not that I've really spent time with him, but I know what Dookie, Nimrod, Insomniac, American. The one you just mentioned, I never even heard of before. Like
Yeah, 21st Century Breakdown, I also recommend, has some of their musical best work. Lyrical Nightmare.
okay.
Best work musically. Yeah. Hard recommend. Oh, and their newest album, Saviors. There in the title track, right? We have a song called Lied To for a while. And the band named the Dreaming Insomniacs. Everyone's asleep, but nobody's dreaming. We got all the fiction that's worth believing. In the fucking bridge. That's hilarious. And then they confirmed it because we made a song called Life Preserver because the song's called Saviors, right?
Right.
We must bring the color of the heart, the green is the heart chakra, back into the day. I'm not sure if I can save you, but I certainly will try. We'll release that as a single. The next song we put out as a cover, Macy's Day Parade, that they approved the cover license for. So that was them confirming it. It's like transmission out, received.
Wait a second. If I play music on here, will it get heard by the microphone, I wonder?
I don't know, because it did cut out a little bit when you played earlier with the Dreaming Insomniacs podcast thing. This was awesome, by the way.
Well, here's your fucking band. Here we go. Wait, the podcast isn't the band, right?
The band or the Dreaming Insomniacs, the band or
I found you. So is this the best song? Is this, if you were saying, hey, listen to my band, would it be Shattered Affection, The Affliction? Would that be the one you recommend?
I mean, you can listen to that one. I love that one, but it's making a statement. I recommend Conceived Contrivances.
Can you hear it playing right now?
I can. Yeah.
Fucking worked.
It is cutting out a little bit.
Why have you started this with your games on your mind?
Sorry, is this you on vocals?
Yep, that's me on vocals. I made the song within a couple days. I wrote it about Chester from Linkin Park's son's situation. I don't agree with what the media is saying. I've never seen somebody sit there and meditate for 5 hours. He's a close friend of mine. He is not crazy. And it really upset me, so I wrote the song for him, and he did the solo.
I have no idea what the situation is with Chester Bennington's son.
He went public and said he doesn't believe his father killed himself, and then called out Scientology and what New Linkin Park is doing, because the new singer is the daughter of the scriptwriter, the head of Scientology, and Mike Shinoda is one of them, and a bunch of other shit, and they're doing it for like money. And, he's doing an investigation into his father's death, and they don't like that. So,
okay.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Interpol right out of the gate. You big Interpol fan?
No, I've never heard of them before. I'll have to check them out.
You're
Interpol?
fucking kidding me.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, hold on a second. Dude, I almost, if I just heard that, I would be like, is this related to Interpol? That's
interesting.
Yeah. Anyhow, he's got a solo record. His name's Paul Banks. And his solo record is that's what I like. I'm not a big Interpol fan, but there's a sound there.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Thank you. That sounds great through your system, by the way.
Thanks. We're listening on a pair of Dyne Audio.
Oh, we lost him. Oh no. Oh no. What do we do? That's okay. I'm sure he'll come back. We can play the Jeopardy theme song in the meantime. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I mean... Oh, here we go. We lost you. Are you back? Can I hear you? Can I see you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Where's
Can the
the
crowd and the audience hear you, Peter? Can you guys hear him?
I shouldn't have fucking touched the camera. But you don't see me though, right?
Nope. No, I can't see shit.
OBS virtual camera. Here we go. Okay.
We're back.
Okay, sorry about that. Anyhow, yeah. Well, I won't touch the camera again, but that's a pair of Dyne Audio BM15As. We got a pair of Focal CMS 50s. These are these weird iLoud speakers from IK Multimedia. I got a pair of the new Focal CMS 50s too, which are really good. I had this fucking studio in New York I set up that was so nice, man. About in January.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I always say it when people burp. I'm like, bless you.
My Spanish teacher says salud.
Love it.
So yeah, that must be like international.
You were talking about your studio. I did not mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're all good, man. It was I have just like you see all this gear over here. I have like almost that much gear just in rack cases sitting in the next room because
I was gonna say nice rack.
Thank you, man. Yeah, there's
racks.
I don't know if you're into gear, but there's. I gotta tell you, man, I'm fucking pissed off at my tech or no.
No.
I won't even get into it, but it's a company who makes really nice high-end converters, but they have the worst customer service. They sold me this fucked up converter, and they're like not standing behind it. Anyhow, yeah, there's a bunch of gear in the other room. It's a whole other story. I had this studio in New York I set up. I almost wanted to do a costume change because Chris Irvin wanted it, but I was actually just gonna be naked at first.
We can't do that.
I know that.
Can't do that.
I wouldn't have done that anyhow. In fact,
that's how you get your channel banned.
What if you were in your underwear? Not that I want to do that, but what if you were in your underwear?
I mean, you could think I am, but I'm actually just wearing shorts.
No, what if you were literally just wearing your underwear, so no shirt? Do you get banned for that?
You might. I don't know. You know what I mean? You never know nowadays. That's why I got to be really careful, right? Like, wow. I mean, you got to like, how it goes, I think, like, you can't say fuck until like a minute in, and then like the algorithm will let it grow. Or something like that.
What if I was like rolling with like hate speech right out of the gate?
You probably get the channel taken down. They'll take the stream down, dude. It's funny because I have a side project called Falafel Dragon where I like play a character and I put on a mask and I pretend to like I said, like, I make fun of myself, right? But a lot of it's like shock value, violent content for the sake of saying it because I'm making fun of bad rap, right?
Okay.
Instagram literally took down that stream that I did the last time I did it. I revoked it, like I appealed it, and they put it back up because they understood that it was like a shock value joke commentary thing. But they still took it down first, and I had to fight it, which is ridiculous because it's it should be free speech. It's private platforms, but they operate out of America, which they have to follow the Constitution. That's just an argument I've had for it for years. People are like, oh, it's a private platform. They can do what they want. Well, they operate out of America, so technically they could do what they want within the guise of the United States Constitution.
But what would you have done if I rolled with the hate speech right out of the gate?
I don't know. I probably would have had a heart attack, to be honest with you, man.
You would have stopped it, right? You would have been like, listen. Like,
I might have, yeah. I might have.
You got to fucking chill out.
But we can swear. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not for kids. It's definitely not for kids.
I like the absurdity and I like the shock value of everything, including language, and like making language, even parts of language, prohibited is asinine to me. But
I don't agree with it either. I mean, I think we should have the rights we do here in America over the waves of social media. And to a degree, obviously, if you're telling people to incite violence, like, no, but I mean, like, we should be able to, as our artists, say what we need to say, make statements. And it sucks that we don't have the ability to really fully do that in this digital realm, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's all censored.
Isn't inciting violence and inciting a riot? Not that I can think of.
I don't know. I don't know because I'm not doing that stuff. I'm over here promoting peace, so I'm not on that side of things. But like I said, I've fallen victim to that ridiculous censorship, shadow banning, whatever. You try to question the system, they start fucking with your numbers. They start fucking with everything, making you look like you're crazy. Gang stalk, all of it. It happens.
Yeah. Sorry, not Minutemen. Miragemen. You know Miragemen?
No, what's that?
It's a book by Mark Pilkington, and I believe they made a series out of it, which I haven't seen. But Miragemen is like, it's kind of like the real history, the real backstory of a couple of specific conspiracies where it's kind of exactly what you're talking about. Like, hey, this guy knew too much, and so instead of like killing them, they're just like, all right, we'll just fucking like let's just
fuck with him.
Let's terrorize him and like silently persecute him and drive him insane, and it works. You know.
Yeah.
They're
No,
like,
I don't allow that shit to affect me because I'm at peace in my life, right? And it doesn't happen anymore. They stopped fucking with me because I grew the platform.
where we talk when you say gang stalk, are we talking like targeted individual type stuff?
Yeah, like being followed, being fucked with, making you think that you're crazy. Your social media starts getting to a point where you don't see all the people that are looking at your story. It's telling you a certain number, but then other people confirm to you that they're looking at it.
And that
Stuff
happened
like that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. When I
because
first,
what? What did you do that was like
just
controversial or
saying
like?
what I say in my music. I watched Eyes Wide Shut and Clockwork Orange, and I made an album talking about Kubrick's work and what he was exposing. And obviously, they started fucking with that hard, so I had to reset.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, it's got to be careful. Got to be careful with what you say, even in music, because then they'll start fucking with you.
You think? Wait, can we not talk? Should we not talk about Stanley Kubrick then because of that, or
No, no, no. Fuck
do you
it. We
think
should.
basically Eyes
We
Wide
should.
Shut, like basic premise is he's exposing the Illuminati and
Oh
all
yeah,
that other stuff, and that's why he died
absolutely.
after that.
I mean, the dude that Nicole Kidman is dancing with in the opening scene looks just like Jeffrey Epstein. It's like
Really?
verbatim. Oh, yeah. And like, there's so many hidden things that Kubrick put in that movie. He never got to finish it. Allegedly, there was a huge screaming match between Stanley and one of the Warner executives during a screening with Tom and Nicole. You know, this was a time where he was away from Scientology and she was out. And then he went back to it after this, and they got Kubrick's daughter, and then he dies of a heart attack when the movie's unfinished with no history of heart attack in his family. I mean, that's pretty fucking weird, right?
Yeah. They say the same thing about the witches guy, right?
Which
Like
one?
the witches guy, Jesus, Jim fucking Henson, Jim Henson.
Who's that? Is that the you mean the Muppets guy? Is he dead? No,
Yeah,
the Muppet
Muppet guy.
is he dead? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jim Henson's dead, but here's what's interesting is it's that same narrative of the I gotta chill out on that thing. It's the same narrative as the Stanley Kubrick one.
Shit.
He
Really?
made,
I never knew
he
that.
made Witches, which is a Roald Dahl story. He made Witches with angelic.
And Labyrinth, which has a lot of interesting symbolisms in it.
Yeah, but you know Witches or no?
No, I've never seen that. I need to
That's
watch
the
that.
last thing he made, and it's like the same story as Eyes Wide Shut. Like it's a bunch of witches going to a hotel and like eating children and stuff. And he died after that because same again a theory that it's like he was exposing it's kind of always that, I guess.
You went too far. Yeah.
He was exposing the thing, so they had to kill him, and it's like. But I think they only care if you have an audience.
Yeah. Well, again, and also if you're trying to, like I said, incite anything bad, right? If you're here to do positive things and help the world become a better place, that's something that's not fucked with because it's positive energy coming into the world, and we need that. There's a force that is needed. Everything's a balance, right? Everything in the world. So we need love in the world. We need good in the world. That's why it's here. That's why I'm here. You know? That's how I look at it. This has been a great podcast, man. We went to all different levels.
Why did you say it like that? Is because it's over now?
Well, yeah, it's been a solid hour. I figured instead of finishing out the rapid fire round, we just ended it naturally, right?
No, okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah,
we can always do this again too. I'd love to have you back on. It's been a great conversation, man.
Yeah, by the way, I meant to say it up front. Thank you, sir. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for having me on the podcast. No one has yet, by the way. You're the first. I think. Well, when we were doing Hectic Knife, there was Hectic Knife related podcasts, but in terms of, hey, I'm a music artist, we're doing a podcast about it. You are the first, and thank you very much for giving me the time. Thank you for putting time into the questions. They led us to some good places, and I really appreciate you doing it, man.
Yeah, man, and thank you for coming on. I love your music. I love the album. Everybody check it out when it drops in 2 days. Give him a follow. Check out the website. Peter Litvin, we love you, man. Thank you for listening to and watching the Dreaming Insomniacs records. Stick with me just 1 minute, Peter, and I hope you all watching have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah.
Oops. I don't think I did that right. Oh, now I did it. All right.